Stranger Things Season 5, a show that everyone loved and everyone's excited for the final season. And honestly, the season was a complete mess. Everything that happened, the way the story ended, the fact that the story felt like there was a bit of a lag because there wasn't really enough happening throughout the season. And then there's the obvious stuff with Holly Wheeler kind of becoming the main character all of a sudden. Why is she the main character? This season, this is the final season. You should have focused on 11, but it's focusing on Holly now. And then there's stuff with Will getting powers, and that being the big plot twist. And then there's Carly who showed up at the end in this season for some reason. Sure, I guess she helped 11 maybe escape the military if she did survive. I'm guessing that she did. But her showing up in the final season, that wasn't necessary. We need to focus on the main cast. And her being there felt out of place. She didn't really know anyone. And she was just there for 11, and yeah, that didn't need to happen. And then there's the stuff with the season. They started filming without a finished script, which was really annoying. Why would you start filming without a finished script? Come on. That's just ridiculous. And then there's what else happens? Oh yeah, then there's the military who just lets everyone go at the end of the season after they did kill a lot of military personnel. So them letting them go, really? Would they really let them go? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And then there's the fact that the military was there for the entire season and it didn't really have a point. I was expecting the military to help the group fight the Demogorgons and the Vecna, the Mind Flayer, in the Abyss. But that didn't happen either. They were just there, so that was pointless. And then there's the actress, I forgot her name. She played Sarah Connor. She was there and she didn't really do anything either. I was expecting her to get some guns and start shooting Demogorgons in the final episode and all that. And maybe her team up with Nancy or something. And have a older, younger Sarah Connor type of thing going on, but that didn't happen. So she was completely wasted in the season. And then there's the fact that in the Abyss, there weren't Demogorgons or Demobats or anything. There was just the Mind Flayer and Vecna. And they were left defenseless, even though Vecna probably already knew that they were coming after he looked into Eleven's mind when she was trying to rescue Holly. He must have known, but he didn't do anything. So, and I'm not saying that there had to be a lot of them, but they should have been some of them. This is the world or dimension or whatever where the Demogorgons came from, but she's not. But those things aren't there. It's just them. And then there's the fact that a small group of people managed to defeat the Mind Flayer, which is the size of something that Godzilla would fight. This was a Godzilla monster, and they beat it pretty easily with some fire and some bullets. Nancy shooting guns at it and actually having a response to that is ridiculous. This thing's huge. And then there's the fight with 11 and Vecna, the long wait fight that was built up. And that happened pretty quickly, and 11 managed to impale Vecna and take him out. Although he wasn't completely finished till Winona Ryder, Joyce showed up. And yeah, the entire fight ended in what? Honestly, I think around 10 minutes or something, and there was a lot of time after 40 or 50 minutes or something after that. Why? This was a 2-hour plus episode, and the big fight lasted for around 10 minutes. Come on, in the middle, come on. And then there's what happened after the fight with 11 disappearing, or maybe she died. And oh yeah, the main characters are all safe. None of them died, and I'm happy about that, but considering all the stuff we heard that they might die and all that, I feel like some of them probably should have, to make it feel more like the end, because right now this doesn't feel like the end. And then that's what happens after the big fight. It's another time skip of what, 18 months? So we don't get to see the aftermath of 11, them believing 11 died. And we just see them graduating and them just moving on. And at the end, Mike's talking about stuff and maybe hinting at maybe she's alive. So yeah, the entire season, it felt like a complete mess. Oh yeah, then there's the what else is there? What other big stuff happened? Oh yeah, Will came out about him liking boys rather than girls, and yeah, I don't have a problem with that happening, but I felt like that should have happened earlier, a little earlier, maybe in the first half of the season, not right before the big fight. I mean, felt like they stretched that stuff out for him to tell that stuff a bit too far. They could have done a little earlier, you know. But yeah, all that, I don't know what to make of it. Yeah, I feel like now Hollywood these days just cannot seem to finish a story well. I mean, which is the last story honestly that has ended well. I think Cobra Kai ended pretty well, and that was shocking. But after Game of Thrones and this, I'm starting to lose hope and all this stuff that we'll get satisfying conclusions. And it's not like they have to try all that hard anyway. I mean, people are expecting a lot of stuff to happen this season, and it's not hard to think about what that might be. And just give them that. You don't need to do something unique or incredible or out of left field or anything. Just give them what they want and maybe some big deaths to have emotional impact, and that would be more than enough. Just give them that. I mean, come on. And then there's a lot of other stuff, but yeah. Honestly, I'm really annoyed about how this entire season ended, and I feel like this show deserved a better ending than this.